Have you ever wondered why we look for meaning? You know, why we ask those huge questions about life, the universe, and, well, everything. Today, we're going to dive right into that. We're exploring one of the oldest human quests out there, the search for God, and we're using the YOUCAT text as our guide.
Everything really kicks off with this one, super powerful idea from St. Augustine, and it's right at the heart of the YOUCAT text. It's this idea of a restless heart. Just think about that feeling, that longing for something more. Well, according to this text, that restlessness isn't some kind of bug in our system. It's a feature. It's like a built-in compass, always pointing us towards something deeper.
So let's unpack that a little bit. This first part of our exploration is all about that very idea, this deep universal longing that the text says is just part of being human.
I mean, this is the big one, isn't it? And the YOUCAT text tackles it head-on. This isn't just some dusty old philosophical question. It's deeply personal. It's a question that you can hear echoing all through history and probably in our own lives. So, what is it that drives this search?
And the answer this guide gives is, honestly, surprisingly simple. It's natural. This search isn't some kind of niche hobby or something only certain cultures do. The text argues that our striving for truth, for happiness, at its very core, that is a search for God. It even suggests a person isn't fully themselves until they have found that ultimate connection.
Now, this quote from St. Edith Stein is just fascinating because it blows the whole conversation wide open. It suggests the search for God isn't just for religious people in religious places. Are you a scientist trying to figure out the truth of the cosmos? An artist trying to capture a moment of pure beauty? A philosopher wrestling with what's right and wrong? Well, according to this view, you're on the exact same path, whether you call it God or not.
Okay, so if this search is a natural, built-in part of being human, what tools do we even have to work with? The YOUCAT text points to a few key resources we can use on this journey, and it starts with, well, religion itself.
First up, there's religion, but the text defines it in a really specific way. It's not just a list of rules and regulations, but a relationship. It's about recognizing there's a creative power out there, a power we depend on, and then trying to orient our lives toward it. That word, relationship, is everything here.
But what about the tools we all have right up here, in our own heads? Can our own intellect, our ability to reason, actually play a role in this search? Can pure logic lead us towards something divine?
The text doesn't mess around here. The answer is a clear, confident yes. It makes the case that our ability to reason isn't the opposite of faith. Actually, it's a powerful pathway to knowing with certainty that God exists. So this isn't about a blind leap in the dark, but about reaching a reasoned conclusion.
So how does our reason even get there? Well, the YOUCAT text points to three huge clues in the world around us and inside us. First, just the incredible order you see in the universe, from planets orbiting a star to the structure of a single cell. Second, that profound, sometimes overwhelming experience of beauty, whether it's in art or nature. And third, that little inner voice we all have, our conscience, that nudges us toward what's good.
So this chart kind of lays out the logic the text is proposing. On one side, you have what we observe, a world that's complex and ordered. Reason, it suggests, points that towards a creator. We experience this overwhelming beauty, and our reason points toward a source of all beauty. We have this built-in sense of right and wrong, and reason suggests there must be some kind of moral lawgiver. See how it connects our everyday experience to a much bigger explanation? Now, of course, this all brings up a really big question. If our own reason can point us to God, why doesn't everyone believe? The text gets into this directly, and it outlines what it sees as the main obstacles people face on this path.
I mean, the path of reason we just saw seems pretty clear in that model, so what gets in the way? Why do so many smart, sincere people doubt or even deny that God exists?
From the book's point of view, it boils down to three main things. First, it's just plain hard. Trying to grasp an infinite, invisible reality is a massive mental workout. And for some, that's just too daunting. Second, there's the personal consequence. If you acknowledge God, you might have to change how you live, and that's a change a lot of people would rather not make. And third, there's the easy way out. Just dismiss the whole question as meaningless so you don't have to deal with it.
This quote from Pope Pius XII really just nails that second point, doesn't it? It's this idea of motivated reasoning. The text suggests that sometimes what we want to be true ends up shaping our conclusions. If we really don't want something to be true, maybe because it would be super inconvenient, we can get very, very good at convincing ourselves that it's false. Okay, so for our final section, let's get into something a bit more subtle, but absolutely crucial. Even if we do come to believe,
How in the world can we talk about something that is, by its very definition, beyond our total understanding?
Here's the core problem, right? Our language, our ideas, our minds, they're all finite and limited, but we're trying to describe something infinite. So there's this fundamental mismatch. Our imperfect words and images are trying to capture a reality that's way beyond a full description.
So the takeaway here isn't to just give up and stop talking, it's to be humble. The YOUCAT concludes that we have to be aware of our own limitations. We have to constantly work to purify and improve how we speak about God. It's this continuous process of refining what we mean, all while knowing we'll never have the final perfect word. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought to chew on. This whole explainer has been about a search, right? A search for truth, for meaning, for God. So if we accept that our human words and our concepts will always fall a little short, that we can't ever capture the whole picture, what does that search for truth look like in your own life?